Man, one thing I really miss about the OG Naruto Part 1 is that kind of iron sharpens iron mentality Naruto and Sasuke had with each other. Their rivalry was just different than in Shippuden because they were actually growing, getting better side by side instead of having two separate story arcs that would collide from time to time. Hey, don't get me wrong, I love that they went their separate ways in Part 2, that made for some really good storytelling, but there was a unique dynamic between them in Part 1, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. How they pushed each other to achieve greatness early on in their come up in the shinobi world, and also kind of how that turned sour at the end. Alright, let's go straight to the beginning. Right off the bat, these kids had that dog in them. They both had an extremely powerful why that drove them to want to go above and beyond the ordinary shinobi. Naruto wanted to become the Hokage so he could get the love and respect from his peers that he always wanted, that he never got. He never had a family, hardly any friends, all he got was hate from random strangers, and his classmates just slept on him all the time. It was like nobody cared about him at all. Sometimes it was because of his loud mouth and attitude, but a lot of the time it was because most people just put him in this box as an outcast. Sasuke was driven by hatred and desire for revenge against his brother for the murder of his clan. That's a pretty self-explanatory drive, but we gotta remember, even back before the Uchiha slaughter, he was grinding hard to win the respect of his father from him being overshadowed by Itachi. So he always had it in him to want to improve even before. The hatred just absolutely fueled that fire to the umpteenth degree, but let's not forget, that fire was still there. As kids, Sasuke being the top of his class, he had the burden of elite performance, and Naruto had the burden of having to perform elite to ever get any kind of recognition. And I think they both saw that in each other. That's why these two worked so well as rivals, along with a lot of other factors in the story that we're not going to get into. But yeah, the number one thing, and you're going to see this a lot throughout the video, they held each other accountable at all times. The first example of this I can think of in the show is on their first mission to the Land of Waves, when those two trash ninja from the Mist Village attacked Team 7 in the bridge builder. Sasuke got to work, and even Sakura was ready to do her part, and probably get bodied to be honest. But Naruto just completely froze up, and he got cut by one of the ninjas too because of it. Sasuke didn't pull any punches or baby him about it. As a matter of fact, he just started mocking him for it, saying, "You're not hurt, are ya?" And honestly, that's the best thing that he could have done for him. Think about it, Naruto is out here with full conviction saying he's gonna become Hokage, he's this, he's that, and then he just frees up like that when it's time to put in work. Sasuke held him accountable just by keeping it real with him and by trolling him. And it worked too, because Naruto lost his mind and stabbed himself in the hand as a way of rectifying his cowardice. After proving himself as useful in the first battle against Zabuza, Naruto and Sasuke were having a rivalry on who can master the chakra control needed to walk up the full tree. Naruto was fighting hard to beat Sasuke in this, and Sasuke was fighting hard to stay ahead of him. It's kind of like the mentality of a hungry contender that wants to beat the champion, and a champion that's grinding hard to keep his belt. That's the kind of dynamic they had, and it pushed both of them to excel. In the end, they both mastered walking up the tree. Look at the shot, these guys have been putting in work. Now back to keeping each other accountable. A super underrated scene, and one that mirrors this, is when Sasuke got teed off on by Rock Lee before the Chunnin exams. He was so butthurt. He thought he was him after unlocking the Sharingan, and Lee humbled him. But just after the whooping, Sasuke was throwing a hissy fit saying he'll definitely beat him next time. Sakura was coddling Sasuke, but now Naruto started holding Sasuke accountable. He was like, "Bro, look at Lee's hands, how beat up and bruised they are. This guy trains all day, way more than you do. You're trash, you won't beat him." Sasuke was a real one here because he acknowledged Naruto's point, and he basically conceded that he needs to put in more work and starts hyping up Team 7 for the Chunnin exams. Very respectable and quick change of mentality from Sasuke there, but credits due to Naruto, that's because he held him accountable. We see a similar situation happen in the Forest of Death when Orochimaru attacks Team 7 and Sasuke is just completely and utterly terrified. He's trying to do whatever he can to fend off Orochimaru, but the anxiety and fear is just palpable through the screen. Naruto bosses up and really tries to go toe to toe with Orochimaru. He even gets his revenge on Sasuke clowning him in the Land of Waves by hitting him with the same "You're not hurt, are you?" line. He tells Sasuke he doesn't even recognize him, and that the Sasuke he knows isn't such a coward. Even Sakura says this after Naruto gets hit by Orochimaru's seal and gets KO'd. This wakes up Sasuke, really fires him up, and he puts on such a fun fight with Orochimaru afterward. Just does everything he can despite being so outmatched after seeing Naruto do the same. Bro, this is the kind of stuff that makes you stronger mentally and physically, and he did it because Naruto helped him realize how sorry he was looking. Sasuke was like, no, I'm way better than that. Let me show you. Let me show myself. I'm putting it all on the line, period. And that's what he did. Okay, so we covered competition, we covered the accountability, but we also have them giving each other their props. The best example of this is right before the Chunnin exam prelim matches, when Sasuke turns to Naruto and says, "You're one of the ones I want to fight the most." This moment just completely validated Naruto and hyped him up and gave him extra confidence. Think about it. One of the biggest things driving Naruto is him wanting to be acknowledged by his peers. And he views Sasuke as that guy in his age group. He's the one with all the talent, who everybody's talking about, everybody wants to fight. And here he is putting Naruto right up there with these other elite guys like Rock Lee, Neji, and Gaara. Now at this point, Naruto's already been gaining confidence in his ability with the strides he's been making during missions and altercations, but I think this gave him more confidence in direct one-on-one combat. He's thinking, man, I'm really out here, like I'm really in the mix. And this carried over in his one-on-one fight against Kiba during the prelims. Kiba had Akamaru, but Naruto had that dog in him. Now, they kind of go their separate ways for a minute after this. Naruto starts training with Jiraiya, and Sasuke with Kakashi. Both make really crazy waves in the Genin world after this. Naruto beats Neji, Sasuke starts cooking against Gaara, and reveals that he's learned Chidori. But the dynamic between them starts to change. Naruto beats Gaara after Sasuke fails to, in this insanely impressive display, where he makes like 1,000 clones and he summons Gamabunta, and Sasuke is just watching with a front row view of how powerful Naruto can be. And then after Itachi and Kisame infiltrate the village and Sasuke confronts Itachi ready to get revenge on him, Itachi says, "Go away, you don't concern me right now." Actually, they were there for Naruto. He said that Naruto is the prize that the Akatsuki desire. Then he clobbers Sasuke and puts him in a Tsukuyomi hell, making him relive the Uchiha massacre again. When Sasuke is woken up in the next arc by Tsunade, who Naruto helped bring to the village by the way, everything over the past couple of months has built up and it just hits him hard. And we get one of, if not the best start to an arc, that being the Sasuke Retrieval arc. He remembers all of the recent times where he's failed, taken L's, and in contrast, he remembers Naruto's highlights during those moments. He remembers the Itachi confrontation, how Naruto had something to do with even that. He's like, how did I get here? Sasuke was supposed to be the one making strides and Naruto trailing along, but it just feels like the opposite. He challenges Naruto to a fight on the rooftop, tries to puff up his chest and act superior, but Naruto doesn't back down. Using the champion and contender analogy I used before, it's like Sasuke is still the champ, but Naruto is a contender who everybody thinks is gonna eventually steal that title. He's the betting favorite now. So they start to fight and they go blow for blow before the Chidori Rasengan clash gets interrupted by Kakashi. But in that, he sees that Naruto's Rasengan was more powerful than his Chidori, and his ego can't handle it. The friendship is really rocky at this point. It used to be iron sharpening iron, but now all these other intangibles tainted that friendship and competitive rivalry into something ugly. Mainly Sasuke's personal issues, Itachi having just annihilated him, the hatred, the jealousy, and then the Sound 4 ganging up and beating up Sasuke. It was just the perfect storm for Sasuke to be in a volatile state, followed by the temptation of power by Orochimaru that he thought was an answer to his problems. So even at the worst moment of their friendship, they were still pushing each other to be stronger. It just got really messed up. The healthy dynamic was really great while it lasted though, and it was pivotal for the remainder of the show. That's the video for today. I want to thank all my subscribers for the support and all the good takes in the comment section. You guys are great, and I'm out of here.